Hello, in this video you're going to see how the furnace control board use DC voltage to drive ECM inducer motor running at different stage 1 and stage 2. Hi, I have connected the multimeter to brown and yellow measure DC voltage. At the beginning, before we start heating, the reading is pretty low. Less than 1 volt. Okay, connect the wire for core for heating, and the voltage start from 3 ramping up. I use 2 switch to simulate the pressure switch. So when the pressure switch closed, it will call for igniter. You can see igniter is glowing. And I use the contactor to simulate pressure. To simulate the gas valve. So voltage up to about 9 and start dropping the voltage. So the fan actually slowed down. The voltage gonna drop eventually to probably about 6 something, 6.5. Yeah, the blower motor started on stage 1. And this DC voltage still dropping. Okay, I'm gonna connect W2, make it working on stage 2 heating. So the voltage is increasing. You can see blower is already ramping up. Voltage is increasing. More than 10. So it's about 10.3 for the highest reading I can get. And I believe in this case the inducer motor running on the highest speed. Remove stage 2. You can see the voltage is going down again. removed heat. Okay, pressure, sorry, the voltage removed. It's reading millivolts right now. So it's almost zero, less than 1 volt. Press this to make the control board think there's a fire. The flame sensor sense the flame, so the voltage jump directly to 10.3 to drive the inducer motor on highest speed. Try again. Okay, this inducer motor cable from inducer motor and connect all the way to the board over here, and the brown wire is this one, the yellow wire is this one. These two goes to inducer motor. I think this is the orange go to the inducer motor, but we don't use this one. And for testing mode, you can either use your multimeter to test this brown from here to your ground. Where's my clip? So I'll have my clip to the white over here, or you can connect to C, common, and goes to DC volts, and your brown wire over here, you should have 12 volts, 12 volts DC. And your yellow, you have 11 point something, 11.5, 11 something DC. So this is when the board is power on and standby. If you don't have these two voltage, your board is no good. And in order to make your inducer motor running, you should have, okay, let me put my meter to AC, and from here, when you measure below here, let me see if I can make it. Okay, you should have 120 over here to the black wire, or you can unplug it here. Let me see if I unplug it over here, and I can use my one hand. Okay, I use my one hand, make it. So you have 120 over here. So in order to make this motor running, you need this 120 volts plugged in, and then my method is to have a DC voltage between these two, brown and yellow. So the brown gonna be positive, yellow gonna be negative, and the voltage, I think the board output maximum is 10 point something, 10.2, 10 point, yeah, 10 point something, and minimum is about 3. So any voltage between these, even you give it 12 volts, it's gonna drive this motor run. But this 120 volts AC has to be in to make it run. So if you want to run it, either you can temporarily cut the wire, temporarily cut these two wires, and you know, after test you can join them back, or you can unplug from here, the brown and the yellow, unplug from here and use something like a thin wire, like a thermostat wire, yeah, temporarily connected to your DC power source. Doesn't have to be higher power, even the small amperage should make it work, you know, like from 3 to 10, even to 12, it's gonna work to make this run. If you don't make the, if your motor doesn't run, that means you need to buy a new motor. Your control board or your motor bearing fail. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.